My name is Mårten, and this is my journey into photographing the stars and deep sky objects. The target for tonight is the Elephant Trunk Nebula. It is located due west from me, and that gives me a few hours, and hopefully the skies will be clear. Inside astrophotography tool, first of all, we click on gear and connect my scope and my focuser. Then I click on gear and object, and I've prepared my Elephant Trunk Nebula. Double click on that and click on Go To. Click on camera and 5-second exposure, and then click on shoot. Point craft. I will choose my object. I will click on solve. Now this is a normal plate solving that need the approximate coordinates to work. It's done, and I can click on the sync. I also want to make sure that my field of view and my object is right in the center. And for that I go down to objects, click on elephant trunk again, and the go to ++. Now that's finished. I can close that one. I can go to my camera again. I can take a new shot. I want to check my focus, so I will choose image preview to 1 to 1. Click on gear, tools. I open focus aid and autofocus aid. I'll select a star to focus on. I'll take this one and click on run. Yes, it's settled at 22,840. The next step is to check on the guiding. And start that, I start by beginning a loop of exposures. I click on the auto select star, and I have multi-star, and I have calibrated, so I only need to click on begin guiding. The next thing we need to do is to start or edit our light plan. Make sure you enter the exposure time. I want 240 seconds, ISO 1600, and I want a 2 seconds pause between, and I want 70 exposures. Then you click on camera and click on start. As you could see, I took my laptop to my living room and took the opportunity to watch some Netflix while I waited for the exposures to finish. Here we are, some days after the actual photo session. It's raining outside and no clear skies in sight. Here we can see one single sub taken the night in question. And let me just do a quick screen transfer function for you to reveal that this is what you can see from 4 minutes of exposure. If you watch really carefully, you can see the elephant trunk nebula appearing just as a faint silhouette in this image. Let me talk a little bit about the image stacking process. I started with integrating all my bias frames into a master bias. I then integrated all my dark frames into a master dark. I used my master bias and my master dark to calibrate all my flat frames. I then integrated all my flat frames and used the master bias, master dark, and the master flat frame to calibrate all my light frames. I then debayered the light frames to color correct them to the RGB scale and registered all my light frames to align the stars exactly on top of each other. and then I integrated all my light frames into a master light that you can see here. So this is the result of 61 4-minute light frames, and that is 4 hours and 4 minutes to be exact. And the conditions was not great during this photo session. As you can see, it's a bit faint. I should have been able to capture a lot of hydrogen alpha red wavelengths in this image, but I didn't do that. I also use a DSLR camera, and that is not modified, so it's equipped with a filter to cut out a lot of those wavelengths, so it's not optimal. So let's see what we could pull out during the processing of this image. First of all, I took my master light and I did a dynamic crop and just cut out the very outer edges of the image, even though I have a pretty flat field with my refractor using the focus reducer field flattener. So I don't really have an issue with elongated stars or any other type of optical errors on the outer edges, but just in case. Then I did an automatic background extraction. You can also use the dynamic background extraction if you want. After that, I did a color correction. I've been having some problems with the processing tool of photometric color calibration for some reason, so I haven't been able to use that to any extent. So that's why I used the normal color calibration process in PixInsight. After that, I did a deconvolution just to ever so slightly sharpen the whole image and the stars, just a little bit. After that, I used the multi-scale median transform, and as you can see here, I've watched Nico Carver's channel, and he thinks that using 6 layers with these settings are good. And since I'm no expert, I've been using that as well, and think it works out fine. And that also removes a lot of background noise in the image. So the multi-scale median transform actually removes noise from the background, and you want to do that by protecting the stars and the nebulosity. So what I actually did was to create a range mask and a star mask and combine those two into a range star mask, and then use that to protect the background and the nebulosity before running this. Then I ever slightly adjusted the curves just to remove a bit of saturation on the background, and again use a mask to not touch the nebulosity and the stars. Then I wanted to permanently stretch the image to make it a non-linear image instead of a linear. And the results is, as you can see here in this image. So the StarNet process actually separates the stars from the image. So as you can see here, I have 3 images now. Here's the original image with the stars and nebulosity. Here are the stars separated, and here is the nebulosity separated. The next thing I did was to actually run some curves adjustments on this starless image, and also adjust some curves on the stars image, both of course using masks to not to touch the thing that I don't want to adjust. And after the final adjustments of that image, I used the pixel mouth process to combine these two. And when you do that, the image is actually being brightened a lot. You get it a lot more brighter, and you then want to adjust it again down using the curves transformation. You select the image and you select RGBK, then you adjust it a little bit. You can also use this preview feature like this to be able to see what you actually adjust. So you can actually darken it a little bit and then press on the apply button to apply that to the image. If I undo it, you can see what it looked like before, like that. My final image turned out like this. I didn't want to add too much to the image, so I just did some subtle adjustments on the red and the blue channels to this. And hopefully in the future I will attempt to photograph this nebula using a filter of some sort to really enhance the hydrogen alpha and the oxygen 3 wavelengths, and maybe block out some other light pollutions. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you want to consider subscribing to my channel. And if you want to see me do a video about anything else, please leave a comment below and I'll try to accommodate you. Until the next video, I wish you all some clear skies.